All right. Morning. Today is December 9th. It's currently 9:55. We have news at 10 p.m. Let's do a quick analysis before the news. See what we're gonna take today. Mark out these highs. Took that low. So our next low target would be down here in the 4 hour. See that we're respecting this 4 hour gap also. Um, have an hourly low right here that we could come down and tap into. We're going higher. Okay, so looking at NQ, overall, I want to be bearish because yesterday we inversed this 4 hour gap here, and then we inversed this lower gap, and then we are respecting this 4 hour fair value gap. So I want to be bearish today. Um Looking for sells, right? But overall, I still think we're bullish. Still think we get higher prices overall. So it's not super clear what we want to do. Think maybe after news we'll get um a more clear direction. All right, I'm leaning more so bearish because of how the 4 hour looks, but we could also get a move up higher. So I'm gonna wait for news to confirm that. What else? We also have this 30-minute fair value gap. If we get an inversion here, this could also confirm that we want to move up. If we get an inversion, strong close. Let me also mark out ES. Okay, so I have this for equal lows on ES. Okay. Relative equal lows, so we probably won't, that's a pretty strong draw. Okay, so ES. I don't hate the short idea because of how ES looks. I would love for us to calm down and take out these lows, this equal lows that it created. So yeah, I'm gonna watch both NQ and ES. Maybe if NQ comes up, sweep this 4 hour high. I'm gonna see if I think ES is stronger than NQ. So if ES comes up, take out this 4 hour high. I'll look for a short on NQ. Um, and the draw it would be this equal lows on ES. I see that we are respecting this 1 hour gap, but this we gotta come take this out today or tomorrow. So that's gonna be our target. And yeah, 1 more minute till news. Let me pull it up. Did take a L overnight on these evals. Traded Asia, took a long. I'm gonna show the trade after. Let me show it now. Okay, so no real spike candle for news. Okay, expected. So the trade I took during Asia was yeah, okay. So I took a trade here. We're in this gap. Uh, Wanted to see us push higher, take back to the Asia highs at least, but kind of just chopped. and then came down. My stops are down here at this low. Came down, took out my stops. There's also this. Oh no, no, stops are down. Stops are actually down here. It's a pretty big stops. The trade looks something like this, and something like this. 30-point stops, 95-point target, which was that 4 hour high, hourly high. Obviously came down, didn't really get it. We should have looked for a re-entry. We tapped into this 4 hour gap, but by that time, accounts are pretty much cooked, so just missed out on that. All right, so yeah, if we can get a strong closure, matter of fact, I want to take shorts. I'm more open to taking shorts. So if we can come up, sweep these London highs, Asia high on ES, I'll take a short on NQ. That's what I'm looking at right now. NQ is super weak. You can see we failed to inverse this 30-minute gap. Um, and we just been trending down overnight. So let's see. NQ, ES is way stronger. As you can see, this previous 30-minute candle close. So yeah, let's see if we can get a sweep of these highs and then look for a short setup. Okay, back to what I was saying. So yeah, I fried the, I think it was an alpha accounts, because their drawdown is only like 1,000, so those got cooked, and lucid accounts. So now I have Tradify, my fund futures, and I have 3 alphas that I'm gonna activate. All right, so we're getting a nice move up here. ES is about to take out this highs. Haven't quite taken it out yet. Let me see. Okay, so we have a 5-minute gap up here. Also have a 15-minute, a little bit higher. So yeah, it's not a bad short idea. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for ES to inverse this gap. And Q's gap is a bit smaller. Don't really like it, but if ES inverses this gap, I might look to take the short on NQ. So give this any news right now. Oh yeah, and Fed rate decisions all is also tomorrow, so might not really get much expansion. Kind of might just chop in this London range, or yeah, I'm gonna see a lot of expansion today. All right, almost get of this inversion. I'm gonna trade it 5 MNQ if we can get the inversion. Trade's gonna look something like this. Stops are up here for 31 points. Take profit. These lows. Really and truly, I'm gonna be watching ES. So once ES takes out that its equal lows, then I'll move my stops. Then I'll take profit and move my stops back in. All right, so we got the inversion there. I'm gonna have my so 25. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can get an entry real quick. Let me also connect my funny features to the trading view. Okay. All right, so we're not in yet. Okay, we're in now. Entries right here. Break even. I'm gonna have my break even to be down here, this area. TP1, these lows. Look if there's any gaps below us. Okay. So yeah, break even TP1 and then TP2 once ES taps into its equal lows down there. So yeah, let's see how this works out. Right now it looks like it flipped, right? And Q looks stronger than ES right now. Hopefully that doesn't remain the case. Okay, should have just took this on ES. Alright, we're getting a nice push down now. And Q's fighting. Mm, nice. Alright, we're up. Almost at that break even area for NQ. I think that was the area. So, stops are break even now. Let me looks like we're gonna get stop break even though. Okay, so I got hit break even. Um, this could still work out. Maybe my break even was a bit tight. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to re-enter. I'm just gonna watch, see if this works out. I do like the rejection on this 15 minute. Looks really good for shorts. Especially if we okay, we have a lot of time left. But yeah, I like the rejection on the high time frame. Um, but maybe that break even saves me. Let's see. Break even could have been down here. But I mean, we're super choppy. Or it could have been this low instead. We're super choppy. I don't mind. I don't mind being break even in this trade. Just been chopping since 10, since new, since open. So we'll see if I got saved or not. Let's see if we come back higher. Okay. I'm gonna remove these. Yeah, I already want to see us push lower here. Um, so I also want SMT. SMT on what is that? Yes, SMT also on SMT with NQ and ES. Bullish SMT. Why do we think we can come lower on ES and take out these relative equal lows before we move higher? For the first trade, this was Asia high and then London high was here, so we swept London high. Came close to Asia high, but I took this because it did technically sweep before our high. So that's why I took this inversion here. Although it didn't sweep Asia high, it swept London, and that was it's good enough. Along with the paired with this inversion V shape, uh, yeah, I think it was a good take. See though, looks like the break even might have saved me from being in this chop at least. Second. Okay. All right. So again, we're just chopping here. Like I said, tomorrow is Fed rate decision, so kind of expect this chop. This market's unsure what direction wants to go in now. So yeah, break even at least save me from being in this chop. Now just watch. Next plan it would be to if we let me remove these. Okay. If we come down, retake this 4 hour low on the NQ. I really want this equal low on the S, relative equal low on the S. Then I'll look to take a long once we get this low. Yeah, so once we take out this low on ES 4 hour, I'll look to take a long. But as of right now, I think we're gonna draw lower. I'll re-enter shorts if we can come back up and sweep Asia highs on the ES. And I get a confirmation that I want to go short, then I'll look to take another short. Yeah, just waiting game. I mean, last 2 days been pretty boring, pretty choppy. Yeah, took 2 L's yesterday. Overnight was also pretty choppy. Took a L there. This trade's break even. Off to a bad start for December, but again, I'm kind of taking December more slow. Mostly trying to get these evals passed. Um, so yeah, going into January is when I'll turn back on risk and expect better price action. The next 2 weeks, today's what the ninth, so definitely all of next week's probably gonna be cooked. The week of Christmas, might not trade at all, and then into New Year's I might not trade. So my last day of trading is probably the 19th, so next Friday. So yeah, I'm gonna take it slow. Not trying to rush nothing. Probably not gonna get a payout this month. That's fine. Um, just come back January stronger. That's the thing about trading. Can't really look at it from a month to month. You can't look at it as a week to week basis, right? You gotta look at it by quarters. I heard somebody say this. So you don't look at your win rate for a week or 2 weeks or the month. You look at it for the quarter, right? So the quarter is what matters. So quarter one, maybe you had one red month, but the rest were green. You were green on quarter one. Quarter two, similar thing. Quarter three, same. Quarter four. So quarter one and quarter two, I was green. Quarter three, I think I was break even. I'm not sure. I might have been slightly green or maybe slightly red. But quarter four, um, the month of October and November, I made almost 30K. So I'm looking at it from that, like, okay, I don't make any money in December, but I still made, 30K in quarter four. Look at it like that, it's not as bad. Kind of switches your mindset. Instead of trying to be profitable on the week or on the month, you kind of just, it forces you to think long term over time. So, and that's what trading, that's how you win at trading. You switch your mind to long term, switch your mind to consistency, just repeating a system, and that's how you're profitable. And obviously you have off months. Some months price action are going to be tough, while others are better for your system. So that's why I don't really look at it from month to month, more so quarter. And even if I'm red on a quarter, that doesn't mean my strategy doesn't work. If I'm red 2 quarters in a row, maybe I'll consider tweaking something. But again, summer was slow. There was nothing I could have done. Maybe I reduced risk pretty well, so there's nothing I could have done except take my setups and see how they played out. And it was just not a good quarter. But as you saw, quarter two, quarter four was pretty good. That's all that matters. Overall in the year, green. That's all that matters. I need a better setup. Probably gonna buy. Need a mic. Right now I'm just using this DJI. Need a mic. Uh, Maybe a better way to put my camera and my lighting. I might get a new MacBook because one of my ports don't work. So going into quarter four, or not going forward, going into quarter into 2026, I want to kind of like lock in on like this live streaming along with trading and just share my journey. You know, I think that will not only will that benefit other people to like motivate them and show them that this is possible, but it also forced me to stay consistent and disciplined to what I take, right? Because I know I'm not gonna take stupid trades on stream that I can't really explain. Whereas if I was just by myself, nobody's watching, or it's not recorded, I would just take a dumb setup, gamble basically. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be consistent um, with the stream and with the if I don't stream on a day, I want to do a trade recap video. Yeah, man. Quarter six, I have a good feeling about. Gonna do really well in not quarter six. 2026, I have a good feeling about. Gonna do really well in 2026. So yeah, just gotta keep that mindset. My goal is gonna be to uh, scale the prop firms where I'm able to keep have a nice risk, but not too heavy where I'm emotional. But it's across, like 18, 20 accounts. So yeah, that's the goal for next year. Figure wise, I think that I can easily, comfortably make half a mil next year. Comfortably, I mean like low risk across the accounts. I can probably make half a mil for the full year, including bad months and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it slow, be consistent, follow my system, and let it play out. That's all I can do. Stop that and hit break even definitely saved me from this chop. Um, I wish that I got break even yesterday. What time is it now? I'm gonna give this till around 11:30 and then I'll probably hop off if we don't get nothing by then. All right, so we're gonna push up towards my stop loss. Make sure this is clear. This price action is just so bad. Okay. So if we take this high, this would have been my stop. So break even would have saved me if we take that high. And as you can see, ES is not pushing up. Might have been a better take on ES. Didn't quite hit my stops yet, but we got pretty close. Honestly, I'm just glad not to be in this. So the break even worked for sure. What's crypto doing? Bitcoin at 91. Alright, so we're moving back up on crypto. Bit slow. Nothing here. Okay, it's still chopping here. I don't know, if we're still chopping by 11, I might just call it a day, honestly. This is pretty garbage. Okay, there's this trade was probably the only solid trade today. What time is this? So at 9:33, you swept previous day low and also 4 hour lows. And then we got a pretty nice V-shape inversion here. I did see this right before I hopped on stream. This is a pretty good setup though. It's probably the best setup all day. Stops would have been 35 points. Let me see. CP could have been up here. This guy. So yeah, this was a solid trade. Could have cost 70 points. Probably would have got hit break even though. Could have a TP1 in this 5 minute gap here for 40 points. So yeah, this wasn't a bad trade. It was really close to open, so that's why I didn't take it. Probably wouldn't take it again, but not solid setup still. I just been like I just don't like taking trades close to the open because they're just like super volatile. And the candles set to just wick a lot. But this was the only good trade today. Oh. I'm gonna give this another 20 minutes. Matter of fact, if the stops get hit here and we just pull back down into the range, I'm probably just gonna call it. The only way I'll take something else um, if ES comes up and take out its 4 hour high. It's Asia high. That's the only way I'll take anything else. Mm. Yeah. Fed rate like Fed rate decision tomorrow, FOMC. Um, and then next week, September 16th. Next week Tuesday we have NFP, and then CPI on Thursday. So next week should have a lot of opportunities, honestly. Um, Again, there's no rush to even pass these accounts, so if I don't see anything clear for the rest of this week, I'm not gonna force it. Just gonna wait till next week. There's probably gonna be way better opportunities with FOMC and CPI Tuesday and Thursday, so I'm not gonna force anything. It should get direction tomorrow, but let me see what time um I'm gonna check what time the Fed rate decision. It's usually around 2 o'clock, I think. Okay. 14. Yeah, so it's at 2 o'clock. Probably gonna chop. Honestly, I don't even want to trade tomorrow AM because it's definitely gonna chop more than likely. So, uh, and tomorrow's Wednesday. So I might not even trade tomorrow, honestly. If we're gonna chop before, if we kind of don't really move, if it's what's expected and price just kind of chops, probably just not gonna take a trade again. Capital preservation, have a lot of opportunity next week with CPI and NFP, so not gonna try to force anything, honestly. Just save these evals for next week. Um, so yeah, and again, it's also December price action, so it's lower probability. Shops got edged again. I'm also gonna refrain from buying too many evals for the rest of this month. Currently, I have the Tradify. I have two sets of Tradify. I have the growth, and then I have the new ones. I have my from the futures, and I have three alpha that needs to be activated. The only firm that I lost was the Lucid. So yeah, I'm not gonna buy any more Lucid. Just gonna call it on the eval purchases for this month. Just take the Tradify account. So try to send the growth through in CPI, and hopefully those pass. Honestly, don't want to pass the growth because the payout policy on the newer version, the scale plan, not the scale plan, what's it called? Tradify's new plan, the payout policy is way better than the growth. So I kind of want to just have the growth in reserve, like maybe close to being passed. Well, pass the new ones first and then pass the growth. So the growth is kind of like backup accounts. And then I could trade my fund of futures and the new Tradifies along with the alphas. All right, boom. Stops finally got hit. So my break even saved me from taking a loss here. Um, ES is still failed to take this high. Does that create a bearish SMT? Let me see. Probably gonna get a bearish SMT here on the. Oh wait, ES already took. Mm-mm. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stay on for 15 more minutes. I want to see ES come up and take out this high before I look for a move lower. Yawning crazy too. Alright, so ES just took out this 4 hour high. Or NQ, sorry. NQ just took out this hourly high. Was it also 4 hour? Yeah, it was also 4 hour high. Um, kind of need ES to come up. Not really interested if ES doesn't take out this high. Getting a strong rejection now. I'm looking at 5 minute on NQ. We are in this 5 minute gap. We are in a tapped into this. Didn't quite tap in yet, but there's a 15 minute gap above. 30. Again, I'm not gonna force anything. Kind of expect us to just chop for the rest of the day or just grind in one direction. So yeah, if we don't get this high taken out on ES, I'm just not gonna take anything. Preserve capital. Could work out, could not work out. I'm just gonna wait, sit this one out. Short don't look bad. We did take out this 4 hour on take out this 4 hour on NQ. Failed to take it out on ES. Creating a bearish S&T. Then we got this 1 minute inversion. Yeah, this is a bad trade here. I'm just not really interested in taking any of these setups for real. Then we got a decent pullback. Stops would have been at these highs. Break even would have been this area. So I'd be break even right now and see if it comes back. Jeez. Take profit. Guys, take profit for one of these, this area here. It's kind of hard, like so wicky and yeah. But no, this is working out pretty nicely actually. I'll just paper trade it. Probably give like a B plus, A minus type trade. Did get a sweep of the 4 hour high. Did create SMT with ES, and we did get a 1 minute inversion for confirmation. So it wasn't a terrible trade idea, but seeing how it's been chopping and just the whole conditions overall is the reason I didn't take this trade. Stops would be a break even right now, so if we move back to entry, I would have been out anyway. All right, so I got hit break even there. Um, and this is exactly why I didn't want to take anything. Just a conditional overall price action that we're getting, just not high probability. Hmm. Oh, probably gonna retake the high and push higher to this London high. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, I don't like nothing here. Is it 11 o'clock yet? All right, so 9 more minutes and I'm gonna hop off. Nothing here interests me. Just choppy, not sure of the direction, price movement. Honestly, blow your account type of price action. So see how big the ranges are. Alright, so this move was, oh, that's actually not bad. 46 points. Eight more minutes or 7 more minutes. Just watching paint dry at this point. See what's new on Twitter. Global debt rises to 345.7 trillion. Was this morning's trade? This was at 9:30 trade. I think. Wait, was it? Uh, how was that though? Yeah, the 9:30 trade wasn't bad. I seen it. I just didn't like how close shorts it opened. No, it was a good setup though. Good sweep lows. I was also setting up the stream, so I didn't really want to hop in and then just be disorganized. All right, 5 more minutes. We just retook that high on NQ. All right, we're gonna continue pushing up. We're green today across the board. On ES and NQ. Pain Pal, what's Pain Pal doing? Oh, jeez. No, it's just like so terrible. The absolute worst price action. ES isn't even close to that high. And Q, still not sure what it wants to do. 4 more minutes. Again, this is a really important part of trading. This is probably what makes a lot of people unprofitable is not being able to just watch price, watch bad price action and not take anything, right? Just preserving capital, right? People probably force non-existent setups in this type of price action and then lose and cry that they're unprofitable and their strategy doesn't work and whatnot. When all you have to do is be patient and just sit out, honestly. Especially knowing that okay, tomorrow is Fed rate decisions. Um, and yesterday we chopped almost the whole day. We did dump down, but there was a lot of chop going on after the dump. You kind of anticipate this type of price action, and plus on top of that, it's also December. So yeah, I mean, part of your strategy is part of your system should be waiting on good setups and confirmations, right? So it's not really a lot of times it's not the strategy, it's just the person haven't mastered their self-discipline, self-control in order to become consistent with their system. And that's why they're unprofitable. So I preach discipline. So I talk about discipline so much. Again, me myself, I'm not perfect. I do sometimes like last night I could have just sat out for Asia. Um, Instead I took a trade, right? That kind of broke my discipline, but still able to manage risk decently, did all accounts and whatnot. But yeah, no, discipline is very important. Without discipline, there can't be no consistency, and it just messes up your whole system, honestly. All right, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Hop off. It feels like it's already 12 and it's only 11, just because of how boring and slow price action has just been chopping. It feels like it's later than this. Anytime now, NQ. Anytime now, yes. All right, 20 more seconds and then we'll call it. Solid, solid day, I would say, in terms of my system, my discipline. Um, move my stops to break even on the first trade, save me from taking a loss. Where is it? Down here. Save me from taking this loss, and I didn't force re-entry. I didn't try to take a setup that wasn't there, that wasn't clean. And yeah, all day discipline wise, my system wise. So yeah, that's all. On to tomorrow. Stay disciplined.